To all of you in the audience, new graduates of Albany State University, new teachers in the profession, parents, grandparents, spouses, children, relatives, friends, faculty, staff, and administrators, good evening. On behalf of the President of Albany State University, Dr. Arthur Dunning, and Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Thomas Thompson, I would like to welcome you to this auspicious occasion, one which should be celebrated to the highest. Welcome to the Fall 2015 Penning Ceremony. PEN, Pen, Professionals Embracing the Novice. You will be penned by your mentor, who is at this time agreeing to provide you professional support throughout your career. Welcome to the profession of education. You have chosen a career in education. It is a most rewarding career, financially, socially, and professionally. You touch the lives of children. All children will need you for something. Some will need you for your academic strength. Others will need you for your mentoring, but all children will need you for your love. And lastly, thank you. Thank you for welcoming the ASU College of Education into your lives. You entrusted us to prepare you to be the best educators, and at this point, you have succeeded. Because you have gotten to this point right now, we have also succeeded. We are a family now. As you will not forget us, you will not forget Dr. Crawley, you will not forget Dr. DeQueer, you will not forget Dr. Pogue, Dr. Metlin, Dr. Owusu-Ansah, Dr. Wiley, Dr. Fields, Dr. Washington. We won't forget you either. So in the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Graduates, go forth and change the world. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Porter. Good evening. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you the keynote speaker for this evening. The keynote speaker is Dr. Brian Simon. Dr. Brian A. Simon was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 10th, 1970, to the parents of Thomas and Maggie Simon. He was educated in the Atlantic Public School System, where he later attended Savannah State College in 1988. Brian majored in history and received his Bachelor of Arts degree in 1993. In 2007, he was hired by the Jasper County School District as the principal of the New Ridgeland High School in Ridgeland, South Carolina, where he served until 2010. In 2011, he was named the principal of Jackson Heights Elementary School. While in these positions, he attended Cambridge College in Massachusetts to receive his Master's of Education in Education Administration, Advanced Graduate Studies degree in Leadership, and his doctorate in Educational Leadership. Dr. Brian Simon is married to Mrs. Devorah James Simon, along with 2 children, Madison Gibson and Aiden Chandler Simon. To a man who teaches us as educators that when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, do not get bitter, but get better. The next voice you will hear after mine is Dr. Brian A. Simon.
As I worked 2 weeks on this speech I'm about to give to you here, y'all supposed to laugh because it's supposed to be thick, but let me stop playing. To teach is to touch one's life forever. As you embark on this career, understand I'm saying career, not a job. You really have to focus on life itself. So I'm going to stay away from the script and speak from the heart. So please listen very carefully. You are what you aspire to be and not what you are now. You are what you do with your mind, and you are what you do with your youth. Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays. When you listen to these words, you have to understand that you have to love the children. You have to have that unforgiving feeling of keeping our students on board. The next thing I want to go in, I'm just going to give you a couple of points because I'm not going to sit here and talk to you to death, but I want you to understand something that's coming from the administrator but has 24 years in the field. 1, work on your craft. I say this in faculty meetings, I say it in the classrooms, and I'm saying it now. As future educators, as educators, work on your craft. Do not think you do not have the opportunity to expand your knowledge when it comes to this field. Do not wear your ego on your sleeve. Please do not wear your ego on your sleeve, because there's many things you can learn in this career that can enhance your knowledge and skill. Please steal. This is the only profession you can steal and not get in trouble. And when I say steal, go to classrooms, pick up ideas. Go to other schools, pick up ideas. And I say this to all educators. When I go to a different school, I walk the halls before I go to the actual place I'm supposed to go, because I go to steal, for real, because I need to see certain things that I can enhance what I'm doing at the school. Reflect. It is always good to reflect in the mornings or in the afternoons. Reflect. You may have a brief time to reflect during the day and ask, what did not go well in my classroom today? Or what went well in my classroom today? And then you're going to sit and laugh and say, man, that was a funny part. Maybe I can use that the next time. Reflect. Inspire. Divine intervention, divine influence. Inspire the individuals that you work with every day. You never know what life you touch for the rest of their lives. I can still name pretty much all of my teachers, good, bad, and ugly. And just being real with you on that. Inspire, because you never know. As I reflect on the times growing up, the introduction really didn't tell the story. I was raised with a single parent, 3 boys. We were 3 the hard way. But we had to understand that education was key to our success. Did we know it then? No, we fought it. But as we continued to grow in the field, we had to understand that this was part of our life. So, to go back to what I want to give you the final piece to this puzzle and give you some inspiration. You do know being an educator is a gift from your spiritual being. I got evidence. I like to do research. I'm a historian, so I'm bring it to you. No, I'm not trying to teach the Bible now, but I'm trying to give you some inspiration. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 28 states, spiritual gifts are diverse. And God has set some in the church, first the apostle, secondly, the prophets, thirdly, teachers. Let me go back. I don't know if y'all understand it. This is in the Bible now. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 28 says, and God has set some in the church, first apostles, second prophets, third teachers. After that, miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongue. I can close that right now and let you understand. If you're true to what you want to do with the education of our beautiful minds of tomorrow, you have a gift. And you have to use that gift. And I'm finishing up with another quote by this great educator. Everyone has a gift. It's up to you to use that gift. Dr. Benjamin E. Mays. So y'all know I went to Mays High School in Atlanta. And with that, you need to understand, you have that gift. You have that divine intervention. You have that influence. And you have what you need to be successful. Believe in it, take care of the children, and you're going to be beautiful. That ends my story, and I conclude the rest of this and yield the rest of my time to this beautiful, beautiful celebration.
Good evening. The Early Childhood Education Program of study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach all academic content areas to young children, grades pre-K through 5th. Each candidate has met both graduation and certification requirements and will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in Early Childhood Education, as well as the Clear Renewable State of Georgia T4 level certificate in Early Childhood Education. Will all early childhood education candidates please come forward and face the audience? Will those individuals who will pin the candidate please come forward and face the candidate you will pin? Candidates, if you will come on stage one by one, please. Ms. Taylor Martin will be pinned by Ms. Tina Handy. Taylor Noel Martin is awarded a degree in early childhood and special education. Her school assignment was at Live Oak Elementary here in Albany, Georgia. Her principal was Mrs. Stevenson, and her cooperating teacher was Mrs. Handy. Her university supervisor, Dr. Jenkins.
Do I need to take a picture? Do we need to take a picture? Thank you. Candidate Samantha Bailey King. Her school assignment was Westside Elementary. Cooperating teacher Lori Bailey. University supervisor Linda Perry Simmons. Samantha is pinned by Dr. Linda Perry Simmons, her university supervisor. Candidate Ashley Capers. School assignment Jackson Heights Elementary. Cooperating teacher Miss Kamina Martin. University supervisor Dr. Washington. Ashley Capers is pinned by Kamina Martin, her cooperating teacher. Candidate Lavina Colvin. School assignment, Live Oak Elementary. Principal, Miss Stevenson. Her cooperating teacher, Dr. Young Brown. University supervisor, Dr. Jenkins. Lavina Coleman is penned by Dr. Young Brown, her cooperating teacher. Candidate Brianna Jefferson. School assignment, Margaret Wynn Holt Elementary. Principal, Miss Elise Cohn. Cooperating teacher, Miss Lisa Carlton. University supervisor, Dr. Crawley. Brianna Jefferson is penned by Dr. Kianda Jackson, her mentor since high school. Candidate Jennifer Johnson. School assignment, Live Oak Elementary. Cooperating teacher, Angela Hill. University supervisor, Dr. Jenkins. Jennifer Hudson is penned by Miss Jennifer Johnson. I guess I was thinking about music. Jennifer Johnson is penned by Angela Hill, her cooperating teacher. Candidate Melissa Jones. School assignment, Jackson Heights Elementary. Cooperating teacher, Miss Sherry Brooks. University supervisor, Dr. Washington. Melissa Jones is penned by Miss Sherry Brooks, her cooperating teacher. Candidate Randy King. School assignment, Live Oak Elementary. Cooperating teacher, Miss Kanisha Western. University supervisor, Dr. Jenkins. Randy King is penned by Miss Wester, her cooperating teacher. Candidate Michelet Majors. School assignment, Jackson Heights Elementary. Cooperating teacher, Miss Regina Tinsley. University supervisor, Dr. Washington. Michelet Majors is penned by Miss Regina Tinsley, her cooperating teacher and paraprofessional. Well, what's Miss Tyler? Is Miss Tyler here? Oh, okay. Hey, Miss Tyler. Okay. Candidate Alexis B. Reese. School assignment, Thompson Elementary School. Cooperating teacher, Sonia Thomas. University supervisor, Dr. Carley. Alex B. Reese is penned by Kimberly Jukes Reese, her mother, currently a 5th grade ELA educator at Warnes Elementary School. Candidate Sierra Ware. School assignment, Jackson Heights Elementary. Cooperating teachers, Sandra Masters. University supervisor, Dr. Washington. Sierra is penned by Dr. Simon, her cooperating teacher. Principal. Ooh, principal. Candidate Ashley Wooten. School assignments, Eastside Elementary. Cooperating teacher, Alicia Evans. University supervisor, Dr. Simpson. Ashley Wooden is penned by Dr. Linda Perry Simpson, her instructor. And this concludes all of the early childhood education majors. Will you please stand again?
Good evening. The Middle Grades Education Program of Study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach all academic content areas to young children, grades 4 through 8. Each candidate has met both graduation and certification requirements and will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in Middle Grades Education, as well as the Clear Renewable State of Georgia T4 level certificate in Middle Grades Education. Will all middle grade candidates please come forward and face the audience? Thank you. And will those individuals who pin lady and gentlemen, please come forward and help our candidates. Okay. And will Columbus please come forward? Columbus Erin Carter III has a degree in middle grades. School assignment was Southside Middle School. Principal, Dr. Frederick Polite. Cooperating teacher, Dr. Shanta Orr. University supervisor, Barbara Williams. Columbus is penned by Dr. Shanta Orr. That's a cooperating teacher.
All right, we have Christopher Didell. His school assignment was Albany Middle School. Principal, Mr. Eddie Johnson. His cooperating teacher, Mrs. Jackson. University supervisor, Dr. Tony. Christopher Didell is being penned by Donna Didell. His mother, she works for Terrell County School Systems. Next, we have Bethany Jean Lampley. She was also placed at Southside Middle School. Principal Dr. Frederick Polite, Cooperating Teacher Mr. Parker, University Supervisor Dr. Barbara Williams. Bethany Lampley is being penned by Mr. Parker, her cooperating teacher. Oh, oops. Her mother, retired educator. Next, we have Ibrahim Muhammad. He was placed at Robert Cross Middle School. His principal, Mrs. Thelma Chun, his cooperating teacher, Mrs. Stephanie Hart, University Supervisor, Dr. Tony. Ibrahim is being penned by Dr. DeQueer, his academic advisor.
The special education program at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach all academic content areas to young children's grades pre-K through 12. Each candidate has met both graduation and certification requirements to receive a Bachelor of Science degree in special education adaptive curriculum, as well as a clear and renewable Georgia certificate at the T4 level. Will all of the special education candidates please rise? And those that are going to pin them, if you will come over as well. All right, come on, Mal. Mallory Lakira Henson. She was placed at Westover High School, where Mr. William Chun is the principal. Her cooperating teacher was Ms. Parker. I was her university supervisor. And Mallory's being penned by Ms. Parker, her cooperating teacher. Yes, it's all about special ed, you know that. Just so y'all know, it's a special ed show. Mallory, come on now.
Okay, the next candidate will be Anthony Shenard Brown. His school assignment was Pelham Middle School. His principal was Mr. John Hamilton, and his cooperating teacher was Mr. Tracy Golden, and his university supervisor is Dr. Crawley. And Anthony is being penned tonight by the lovely Miss Dr. Deshaunera Crawley.
And I do want to acknowledge that there are some young ladies who did a dual degree in early childhood and special education. Could you three ladies please stand? So they will leave Albany State with 2 degrees and 2 certifications. They will have a job.
Good evening. Well, fellow graduates, the day has finally arrived. We have completed all the requirements for us to be here today. We maintained the necessary GPA, done our student teaching, and I certainly can't leave out the biggest obstacle imaginable. We successfully completed the big, bad, horrible EdTPA portfolio. Now, fellow graduates, do you remember the day when we found out what exactly we had to do to become certified? I remember. We were in shock, we were mad, and even a little rebellious. Many of us said, oh, I'm not gonna do it. But guess what? We did it. And we must have done it well, or we wouldn't be sitting here today. How did we do it? We were able to complete all requirements because we were blessed to have a supportive group behind us. We had people in our lives who believed in us and wanted us to be successful. For this, we are all forever grateful. For me, graduating is reaching a personal milestone that almost faded before my eyes this past spring. On the first day of March, I dropped a steaming cup of hot water on myself. Steaming hot water. I was severely burned with 2nd and 3rd degree burns. I spent a week in the hospital, and then I came home to begin a slow, painful recovery. The burns kept me in pain for days and days. Not only was I experiencing horrible pains from this accident, but I was also facing the reality that I would not be standing in front of you today. As my body healed, my educational tasks, requirements, and responsibilities loomed before me. How would I do it? I spent hours worrying about school. I didn't know how to make it happen, but people in my life told me not to worry. They told me focus on healing your wounds. But the hard-headed person inside of me was not burned, and that part of me refused to watch my dream slip away. In came Dr. Metlin, who I just found out is in Paris right now. She stepped up and emailed all my professors and shared my story. I was told that I would have to withdraw from a class, and it would push me graduating a semester behind. Now, if you know me personally, you know that I tend to be just a little bit dramatic. Okay, well, I'm a dramatic person. With that news, I immediately panicked, and the tears began to flow. Okay, I was bawling, okay? Big, loud, ugly crying. Then Dr. Mellon performed her magic. She arranged for me to complete all the work I had missed when I returned a month later. I will never forget the personal concern and support I received from my professors here at Albany State. And the moral of the story is, Dr. Mellon is a small woman, but don't be fooled. She's feisty. She can make magic happen. During my time in the College of Education, I was able to experience every college student's dream, work study. I worked with Dr. Jenkins for an entire school year. I was blessed and happy and thankful to have had the opportunity to work for her. She became my mentor, my friend, and most important, someone I will always care about. I will forever thank her. This past semester, I was able to complete my student teaching in Gwinnett County Public School System, the school system I attended as a student in high school. I wanted to be in Gwinnett, but I was extremely nervous about leaving my peers here at Albany State during my last semester. Gwinnett County is about 3.5 hours from here. This experience taught me to be my own person. Dr. Crowley came and visited me often. Thanks to technology, she was always just one text away. From any question I had, her response will always be, Brianna, it's all right. Did you read my email? Or, Brianna, read what I sent you and you will understand. However, she patiently answered my question anyway. Dr. Crowley gave me her time, her advice, and her belief in me. She wanted me to be successful. Dr. Crowley, I will forever thank you. Almost 9 years ago, I met a woman and a man who changed my life. They took me under their wings throughout high school and college. They are both educators who modeled to me what a true educator is. Brandon and Kenyatta Jackson, I will forever be thankful for you all. Next, I would like to thank my family. my praying grandmother, my motivating mother, and my supportive sisters, who has always helped me be able to be here today. I am forever thankful for you all. I was placed in the 5th grade classroom for my student teaching. Boy, I was scared. I mean, 5th graders, they act like they grown. I know these students were going to give me the hardest time. However, I enjoyed getting all the birthday goodies and learning how to nay-nay, whip, and hit the quan. And I learned that kids are kids, big or small, with the same needs and desire to be heard and affirmed. I also realized that educators do more than just educate. I became a nurse, a nanny, a mommy, a best friend, a role model, a counselor, a coach, a mentor, and, oh yes, the weirdest of them all, I became an investigator. I mean, I had to investigate all the classroom drama that goes on in 5th grade, and you have no idea the drama. One of my biggest investigative challenges of all was finding out what happened to all the boxes of tissue. When I left in December, they had already blown their noses enough to deplete the entire year's supply of tissue, and that's a lot of nose blowing. I mean, we started off with like 20 boxes on the first day of school, and now they're all gone. My cooperating teacher, Miss Carlton, is amazing. She has been the perfect teacher's guide. I mean, if I have a question, she has the answer. If she didn't have the answer, she would always find out for me. She has also helped me solve one of the greatest problems most graduates have, and that's finding a job. I am now a Gwinnett County employee, and I am forever grateful to her. And graduates, as teachers, we have added many commitments to our lives. We have committed to making sure everyone has enough to eat at breakfast, lunch, and snack, because we all know that's the most important time of the day. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance 5 times a week, while making sure our students are putting the correct hand over their heart. Grading piles of papers that seem to reproduce and grow. Making sure students are evacuated from the school building quickly and quietly during fire drills. Checking homework to make sure it's done. Allowing students to have fun at recess without breaking one of their bones or that of a classmate. Monitoring restrooms and hallways because we know those are the places where kids get in trouble the most. Making sure everyone gets on their bus and leaves at the end of the day. Loving each student, no matter how hard some students are to love, and to save the world one child at a time. Thank you to the men upstairs. I can't and never will be able to do it without you. Good luck to all of us. I know we will be great because we are a product of Albany State. Thank you.
Not sure how I'm supposed to follow that, but I was asked to give a reflection of my time student teaching. I will say in the beginning I was excited. I was a little scared. It was going to be a struggle trying to balance 3 children, a full-time job, and student teaching. Hey, baby. But we managed. I survived. Praise God. There were many days I walked out of that school throwing things. I'm never coming back. I'm quitting. Call Miss Linda Perry Simpson right now. I will pay Albany State University back. I'm not going anymore. I called Ashley many nights fed up, and I know she called me fed up, but we made it. This job takes a lot of heart. It's not for the faint of heart. You will be mama, you will be counselor, like she said, investigator. I felt like I was a referee most days rather than an educator. It's 80% classroom management and 20% teaching. You get about 20% teaching done all day. But mainly that classroom management, you just got to have that in check, people. That's a big thing. But thank you, and I'm glad we all made it. Hallelujah. I know y'all are. Thank you for my family for supporting me.
Good afternoon. I have the distinct pleasure and honor of recognizing our SWAG students. SWAG, we got SWAG. SWAG, the acronym stands for Students with Academic Greatness. These students have met those rigorous standards that Brianna mentioned, along with maintaining a GPA ranging from 3.0 to 4.0, either 1 or more semesters. Can we give them a round of applause for that? Each candidate, as I call your name, please come to the stage and you will be awarded a certificate of achievement as well as a gift I think Dr. Crawley has for you. First candidate, Anthony Brown. Miss Mallory Henson.
Mel.
In your hands. Brianna Jefferson, yes. Miss Malaysia Jones. Melissa, I'm sorry. Melissa, I'm sorry. I know they'll get me straight with their names. Miss Jennifer Johnson. Mr. Randy King. Miss, I'm sorry. Miss Bethany Lampley. I know this name, Michelle Majors. She told me. Okay. Ibrahim Muhammad. Mr. Clinton Rafe. Okay. Sierra Ware. And this young lady has the highest GPA of this graduating class, Miss Taylor Martin. I actually knew Taylor when she was a baby back in Carrollton, Georgia. I'm so proud of her. You got him kind of swinging. Congratulations, candidates.
Before we do the closing, I always want you to know that we do a good job of making sure that when they graduate, that they don't come back home to you. So everybody stand up. Let's show your parents something. Come on, stand up. Now, everyone who has been called for an interview, please remain standing. See? Everyone who has gone on an interview, remain standing. Everyone who has been offered at least one job, remain standing. Everybody who has a job, remain standing. If you already started work, stay standing. Checks in the mail, mama. Checks in the mail.
Good evening. It is my distinct pleasure to thank those of you who are responsible for all of this happening, and then to dismiss you just so you can get ready for graduation tomorrow. So let me first say to the parents, family, and friends, thank you for your unwavering support that you provided these candidates over the past 4 years. Some may be a little longer. But that support is critically important for them being where they are today. To the faculty and staff here at Albany State University, let me say thank you for your hard work and the long hours that you've put in to make sure that these candidates are ready for the task that they are about to embark on as teachers. To the candidates, let me say thank you for selecting teaching as your vocation. But one thing I want you to remember is that every day that you step before that class, you have the opportunity to change a life. And we hope that you won't take that lightly, because of what you do and how you do it. There may be some young person who looks at you and says, I want to be just like Miss Carter. I want to be just like Mr. Didell. I want to be just like Miss Ware. How awesome would that be? So, we're proud of you. We want you to do what you've been taught to do, and do it well. We want you to wear those pins proudly. Having said that, Let me thank the faculty and staff for putting on this occasion, for all the work that they've done to make this such a nice occasion. We have some cake and beverages, light beverages, out in the lobby waiting for you. So we will say good night, and we'll see you in the morning.